I don't sound at all like that. It's funny because you guys think I'm actually joking, but that's how my voice is actually going.
No,
If you're
I know.
I've
It's happened to me the last 2 days.
Remember when I lost my voice at my birthday party, and then my voice was like gone for the
I thought you might be better today. I thought, like, it seems like it hasn't changed at all.
Nope.
All right.
Too much talking. Too much
Someone-
I'm gonna
Disneylanding.
ask you every question now. Hello and welcome to the Pixel Podcast. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Ricardo.
Hi-ho.
And with Amber.
I think.
And with Amber.
Yep, here.
And starring, for the first time, Kermit the Frog.
Hey guys.
It's so sad.
You put me on the spot. I
that's
was
e-
just going to use my sultry voice
that-
because if I can maintain this voice for a long time, for some reason this does not go out of my octave range.
There's a little sultry, isn't
That's
it?
your
That's Ethan. That's Ethan, by the way, everybody. In case you're wondering who this mysterious stranger is.
that's
I-
your,
Mysterious stranger.
that's your YouTube tutorial.
This is my
voice.
YouTube
This is
tutorial
It's
ASMR video.
It's ASMR.
So guys, I have this thing. I have these wrappers here. I thought you guys would like to hear this sound. I'm gonna put it in the microphone now. And I thought this noise was really nice. I had little Japanese candies that I found in the Japanese store. I was visiting with my girlfriend, who also lives in Japan. Here,
What's
she
her
touched
name?
the candies.
Is it Mitsuki? Is that her name?
Don't be racist, Matt. Her name is Samantha.
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 It's a hyphenated name.
With a colon. She doesn't have a hyphen.
Not a semicolon.
It's a colon. I am going to maintain this voice because this is way
Is
easier
she
to maintain.
Sam
Yeah.
of the Antha? Is that like is it a title?
Sam.
Antha.
Antha.
That's her
The
subtitle.
it's the
It's her subtitle.
it's the spin-off of the original Sam.
Mr. Frodo. I can't carry it for you, but I can't carry you. Anyway.
we were having a roast chicken or something. Roast chicken.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Potatoes.
What is this podcast?
It's a podcast about potatoes.
Okay, there you go.
The Potato Podcast.
Remember Sam Adams from the D&D, the adventure that we never had?
Yep.
That was a good time.
I do remember that.
Also remember the schizophrenic voiced Orkney Skull Splitter, the dwarf who would change his accent every 2
Was that
seconds.
Matt?
No,
No,
I was
that was-
Sam the Hobbit.
That was
As
our
an
good-
unreleased episode.
that was our
Well,
good friend
it's
Brandon.
not even an unreleased episode. It's more just like it's a joke that no one gets because no one
Yep.
knows what that
As
is.
the no one here, I can confirm.
You're no
Does
one.
not
You're
get.
not no one, honey. You're not no one.
Aw.
You're more than that.
But I don't get it.
Adorable.
Why don't you two
anyway,
poke each other on Facebook already?
This is the Pixel Podcast. We talk about video games most of the time. Stop it.
And-
He's hitting me.
Oh my god!
Domestic abuse on this
Domestic-
podcast. I don't like
Something
it.
I want recorded.
The domestic abuse cast.
Ethan, since you have the most voice of all of us today,
Start us off.
start us off. What you been playing?
I gotta remember what I've been playing.
Well, I think I'm gonna give you a chance to talk, so that way you can get it out of the way. This
so I
might-
don't have to
this might-
talk anymore.
It's like a band-aid.
No,
You
until
cough, and
news
then
comes
you're
up.
done.
That's wonderful. No, the only game I've really been playing as I've been sick and editing a Game of the Year video that is nearly complete.
Yay.
Hooray! The game is nearly
I-
complete, or the
The
video?
Game of the Year video
or
is
the
nearly
year
complete.
is nearly complete.
Well, the
the
year
game
It's been a year.
that you've been playing.
is
Sorry, written down right here. I have it, by the way. I can just tell
oh,
you.
Vermintide.
Yeah, that's it. I think you mean Warhammer: The End Times - Vermintide.
You're right. That is the correct name of that particular game.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we actually been playing. We played this before Game of the Year. We played this.
We played this a while ago. We
Yeah,
just didn't
we
talk about it
never
because
talked
we didn't
about
really
it.
have a lot of.
I've also
time.
been playing this game.
Matt
I've been
has as
watching
well.
you play this game.
Yes,
That's
you
about
have.
it.
Have you guys mostly been playing it together, or have you been?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I only
having
play with
other-
friends. I don't play it by myself because
it's not as fun.
Yeah.
It's like Left 4 Dead. I mean,
It's
the
literally
game is Left 4
literally
Dead.
Left 4 Dead with loot and melee combat.
And a slight variance in how the mission structure works.
Yes.
They're shorter missions overall, but when you die, you don't respawn. You just fail the mission.
Yeah.
And there's it's got some variances. Obviously, it's in the Warhammer universe, which I don't think either of us know really like anything
Nope.
about.
People have British city names and English accents.
Or like German city names.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna
meant
say, I was
German.
like,
no, I meant
is
to
it
say
like
German, but
British city names, English accents,
Yeah, totally different.
and they look like they're from Great Britain. All these different regions.
So wacky.
And all of it takes place in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
But yes, there's like 5 different classes, and you have to pick each one of them.
Different characters too. They're like completely different.
Yeah, they all have characters, and they have their own little quirks and stuff. Very similar to Left 4
little
Dead.
dialogues that they say.
So you can pick any one of those characters, and
You gotta go kill
can't,
rats,
You can't
ratmans.
duplicate it. You gotta kill the ratman. You gotta kill naked
Skavens.
roll mat, naked
Naked
mole
roll,
rats.
naked roll mats.
a dream you
That's a
had.
completely different podcast.
My dyslexia is appearing.
It backfires.
Pixel Sex Cast.
Man, I do not want to. I do not want to ever go on that podcast.
Nope.
Then we'd have to have the Olympic rating.
Olympic.
The Olympic raid. All right.
Look, man.
Continue,
He didn't
Ethan.
just take his voice, took his words.
So I've taken
The
everything.
sickness is taking
It
everything
takes so much
from
work
him.
to
He's
talk.
down with the sickness.
I'm like sweating right now, man. I gotta need a brow.
So
Vermintide.
this is
He was also
all
shouting
multi-
earlier. We were playing games earlier, and he was shouting.
This is all
That too.
multiplayer.
That did not help.
This
No.
is all multiplayer.
Yes, you play with 4 people at once.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so Left 4 Dead.
It's all melee focused. I mean, you
Yeah.
have ranged weapons, but since it's
They
like in a
kinda-
fantasy universe,
yeah,
they're like simple guns, blunderbusses, bow and
Gatling
arrow.
gun.
There's a rat with a Gatling gun.
There
He
you go.
sucks.
The
He's the
rattling
He's the worst.
gun.
Yeah.
The rattling gunner is what they call him.
I've heard multiple times yell, "Oh no, a rattling gunner!" And I'm like,
Yeah.
clearly that's a bad
And
thing.
then I shoot him in the head and he
Yeah,
dies.
if you shoot him in the head, you're okay. But if he gets his shot, if he starts charging up his gun and actually
Yeah,
gets
it
to
turns
shoot,
into bad news.
It's really
There's a tank rat that comes out.
bad. He's a rat ogre.
There's a pokey rat that comes out and pokes you away and drags you away from people.
Yeah, he's the pack master.
Mhm.
He'll like
Is he the one
grab
that
you by the-
drags you?
he'll
Yeah.
grab you by the neck and like drag you
Yeah.
along.
There's
Yeah.
an assassin rat,
Who jumps on you and holds you, pins you down, and stabs
like
you.
the hunter.
Yeah. I know very little about Left 4 Dead, and even when I was watching you play, I was like,
Um,
I can recognize some of these bosses.
There's a one that like shoots a gas cloud.
Gas cloud. Yes.
He's bad.
That's all the rats.
Yeah, I think
it's all the
that's
special rats anyway.
Oh, there's the storm
Oh,
vermin,
storm,
which
yeah.
is like an armored one that he cannot be damaged unless you hit him in the head,
Or you use armor piercing.
or if you have an armor piercing weapon.
So the thing that separates this from Left 4 Dead is the
Besides
loot
melee-
system.
melee
And the
focus.
rats.
Is mostly a loot system.
Yeah.
The loot system is okay. I think it's okay. Every time you beat a level, you get a
dice
bowl
roll.
of dice, and you roll the dice. And depending on your dice roll, you may get a white, green, blue, or legendary weapon.
So yeah,
And-
those are ascending in
Mhm.
rarity.
And,
Which-
and they also depend on what difficulty you're playing on. If you're playing on
Yes.
easy, so it's like a tier basically. It's
It's-
just like a hit or miss, and the more hits you get, it counts up the tier on the side.
So it's weighted to get you get rare gear. The more it's weighted more towards the rare side, the more
Yeah.
difficult you play.
Yes.
Level,
Yeah. and then you can like craft you can like unlock abilities on some of the rare weapons. You can like melt down your cheap weapons to form a better weapon, or just get scrap metal with it.
It's very basic crafting. It's
Yeah. It's not
I-
very like
it's
crazy.
it's whatever. It's fine. It does its job.
It's perfect for this kind of game. For this.
Yeah, you don't want anything too deep. Also, if you want a better chance, here's the thing. Here's my kind of main complaint with the game is depending on the only way to increase your chances of getting something good is to pick up these things called tomes and grimoires. Which the tomes, what they do is
all
they
give
take
you
up
an extra dice, a weighted dice that has a bunch more chances of success in it than the standard dice.
the grimoire gives you an automatic roll. One of them is
You'll get
1
it,
plus
you'll get
1.
hit.
The tomes give you a Yeah, like you
Like,
said,
a
dice.
really high weighted dice. You can also pick up some bonus dice, just like
randomly
in the game.
found.
Like you just like find a dice and it'll like.
All of those are in set locations, but the problem is those take up inventory slots, so you can't take up a med kit if you have a tome. And worst of all, if you have a grimoire, you can't use a potion, and your health gets cut by a quarter. So if you have 2 grimoires, you have half health. You have to beat the game with that. So that becomes an issue.
Well, it's kind of the whole idea of like, do you want to make? Do
risk
you want to?
reward.
Yeah,
And
do
I
you wanna
like
go
that.
risk?
But then you can still get garbage rolls at the end and still get the
Oh,
thing.
And
so then
it
you
wasn't
risk for
worth it.
nothing.
Yeah, at some points. And that kind of makes me mad because it's like, maybe if you got bad rolls and got those, maybe it'd be cool if you got like 1 extra white loot, because you can grind those up or whatever, turn them into something. But I don't know. I feel like it takes a long time to get any sort of.
Yeah, I feel like it should give you more loot. Like you should get a junk white loot, like when you just
Fail. Because if you fail, you get nothing.
you fail, you get
Oh,
like
wow.
you get
you get
scrap.
some little white scrap, and that's it.
Oh, which is not.
So do
worth
you
much.
so there are no drops in mid level?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not like that. It's more like when you complete a
Just the
mission,
end.
when you level up, you're rewarded with an item. But it's
Okay.
usually a white one. And
Yeah.
then when you complete a mission, you do this dice roll thing to get 1 item. But yeah, it should give you like, if you just fail a mission, it should just give you a white loot that you can just break down the scrap or something like that if you want to. Because the problem is that even if we got all the tomes and stuff like that, we found ourselves rolling about like halfway up the dial. It's like 4 successes at the most I've got or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is like all from the new dice I've got, but then all the standard dice you start with just roll blanks. Which is
Yeah,
like,
like the roll garbage.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's a really
sucks.
big bummer. But
you can play on a harder difficulty, I guess. We
Yeah,
we
that
played
would
on
help.
a hard mode that one time, and
that went pretty
got
well.
better.
That was an easy level though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one thing that makes this game really good though is the way they nail melee combat is really
yeah,
satisfying.
it's super visceral.
Just getting a hammer and smashing a rat's face in never really got old.
Yeah, and
Ever.
the like satisfying like sound effects, the blood gushes, like the game looks like pretty good, and also there's just like this like there's like your character like swings their whole body into these movements in a way that you would really do if you're holding the giant sword or
A
hammer,
warhammer.
a warhammer.
Oh, there you go.
And then like it just makes these like really like gross like crunch sound effect, and like the physics on the impacts are pretty good for like your animation stops a little short, and then like the rat goes like pff, and, like moves out of the way. You can chop heads and arms off.
Using the
depending on, where
warhammer
you
and
hit.
charging to use the swing and watching like 7 rats just fly to the left side is
Yeah.
super awesome.
Yeah,
It's first person, right?
it's first
Yeah.
person. Yeah, depending on who you play as, your items are gonna have different effects. Like you have a crossbow or the elf with the bow and arrow, she can nail people to the walls. And
So they all do different things. I think the soldier and the dwarf almost are kind of the same, but all the other ones are pretty unique, especially the wizard, who doesn't have any sort of ammo, but she instead uses magic.
Right.
And the way you switch out your magic, you can have different staffs, and each staff can do something different. One of them like shoots a beam. One of them shoots like fireballs.
Oh, okay.
They all have alt
one of them
clicks.
has like a big AOE explosive, like just like
Charge
giant thing, which just
And if she uses it, she has to vent. Otherwise, if she uses too much magic and vents, she will lose health, and that sucks. And then after a while, it becomes a problem.
so her meter like fills up as you use. Rather than having a meter that ticks down, it fills up, and if it gets to a certain point, so you can vent. It'll vent naturally if you just let it go, but it's really really slow. If you let the meter go past this certain point, when you vent at that point, it'll hurt her. So you can at that point you have the risk of like, well, I just don't use my staff anymore, which is really powerful, for a few minutes while this thing cools down, or I do it now and it'll give me some damage automatically. If you keep going and don't vent at all, she literally explodes and just dies.
Yep.
So
Oh wow, that's a problem.
yeah, it can be dangerous.
yeah, it's a really neat game. I like it so
Sounds
far.
fun.
I'm gonna probably keep playing it.
It's
It's
very
one of
repeatable. It's designed to be like
Yeah.
the missions are designed for you to just play them again. There's
Quite-
3
quite a
like
lot.
acts of like you get 4 missions at the beginning, then you get 4 more missions after you do those. Then you
They're
get
all pretty
4
varied
more
though, which
missions.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like some of them are just like stand your ground and hold this area, and some of them are just like
Collect
go,
these things.
some of them are very Left 4 Dead where it's get to the exit sort of thing. And
Right.
Yeah, some are like go do this thing, and then after you've done that, like get out of there.
yeah,
You know, that kind of thing. And then some cool stuff happens depending on like where you are. Like you go out to the forests in some missions, and there's one mission where you go into a wizard's tower, and then all of a sudden like weird trippy magic stuff starts happening. Like the room turns sideways, and you're like walking through the same room you just walked through, but now all of a sudden you're like on the wall instead of on the instead of on
Yeah,
the
it's
floor.
neat.
And then you go through a hallway, and all of a sudden it turns into this giant like other world like weird mystical like
thing.
like yeah creepy thing, and warps back again.
That's,
Yeah, cool.
Sounds
that
interesting.
sounds cool. I'm surprised that it actually hasn't I'm surprised they haven't thought to port that. I guess it's because it's a smaller studio, probably.
It is a
And
pretty small studio.
It has controller support, so
And I think also, from what I know of, like Warhammer stuff, most of that stuff goes to PC. Like,
yeah. I feel like it doesn't sell at all in like
I
consoles.
don't think
and
it's-
stuff.
Space Marine.
Sounds like it.
And that was made by Relic. It's a fairly big developer, published by Sega.
It's true.
So I feel like other than like that one, and that was a third-person shooter. This one, yeah, it looks pretty good. It's not like the best-looking game ever, but the details on the individual rats themselves look cool. And
Yeah, I think it's
the
an
animations and the
Unreal
sound.
4 game. I could be wrong.
I think it is Unreal 4. Yeah,
It does look. It's weird because it's one of those early
Skybox is
engine
beautiful.
games. Yeah, skyboxes look really cool. Just the way the levels interconnect, it reminds me of a game made in like 2004, 2005. It's just the way all the polygons are very smooth looking in a weird way, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just got its own kind
Some
of
good-
sense.
Some good
thing.
design aesthetics. So this is just from the Warhammer universe.
Yeah.
Just like
Right.
this really creepy, really foreboding, like gothic structures to things.
It's fun.
It's a fun game.
Keep playing that for a while
Yeah.
when I'm not playing Heroes of the Storm.
There you go. You're break
Wait,
from
what?
your game.
So now we got Ethan's games out of the way.
That's it. I'm done. I
Doesn't
don't think I
have to
played
talk
anything else.
anymore.
Silence.
I'll say a little bit more. Just been playing More Darkest Dungeon. Really quickly throw that in. Speaking of gothic horror stuff, that game's still really good. And in my response to last week, where I was like, I think it's harder than it was before. I think it is, but I also think they've balanced some other stuff too, which I don't know. I found my healers doing more healing than before. Whereas like before, it's like this is only healing like 1 or 2, and the guys are hitting for 8 or something like that. It's like,
Yeah.
my healers are just better now, or something like that. I have some trinkets that like up the ability for characters to heal, and some of the new characters are really cool. Like there's a Hound Master who
He got dog.
he got dog, yeah, and then he has a heal ability which is where he heals himself, and it's really cool because he just hugs the dog.
Aw.
So the animation is just him and the dog going, oh, "We're gonna be okay, we're gonna be okay," and then they
Bark,
heal,
bark.
and they get healed. And
Is the dog runner in the rain in the running for best dog?
best dog. It's a pretty good dog. It can scout an area ahead of people. It can cause bleed on enemies,
Oh man.
and yeah, it's a cool,
It's a good dog,
cool
alright.
dog.
I hear you,
Keep
man.
it in mind for
Keep it in mind for
end of
best
the
dog.
year.
And I've beaten a couple bosses now. The bosses are freaking jerks.
There always been dicks.
The bosses
Always.
are jerks.
Well, because they each have like a unique gimmick and way that you have to fight them.
Yeah. The first boss I fought was the Siren, and she just uses the Siren song and like turns an ally into an enemy.
Oh, that's
So
terrible.
it not only takes a guy away from you, but now the guy that you were just using, that like the guy that you need to keep alive, is now attacking your dudes. And if you try and attack him or her, then like you'll just kill one of your own guys.
Right.
And so that's annoying. And then also she spawns enemies. She spawns other enemies as well. Just on top of doing that. This one time though, she grabbed. I can't remember which character she grabbed, but she grabbed one of my characters who who did like a protective spell, and it like hurt the boss. So I was like fine. I was like fine with that. Like it's just
What
like
the hell?
it was like some weird AOE thing, I think, and it like ended up doing what would have been a backfire if I had done it. But it because it was on their side, it hurt them. So.
That's pretty funny.
That was fortunate.
And then I can't remember what the other one I fought was, but
I can't remember what the boss was that I actually beat back when I was playing. It was
there's the back then there was only
Grave Lord
the
thing or whatever. Those like the
there's only like
Skelly
2
Man
I
guy?
think. Yeah, there was the witch,
No,
Three,
there,
I
there was
think.
there was a hag. There was the pig lord, and then there was like
Swine Lord,
the
yeah,
swine lord, and then there was like the
Swine Prince, I think it might have been.
necromancer.
Yeah, it was
guy?
Oh, I beat the
Necromancer.
necromancer.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
beat
one
the necromancer.
I beat the necromancer.
I think I remember beating
The
all 3 of them.
swine guy, I got close, and the hag, I was just like, I don't know how. I don't understand
So I'm
how to
gonna
fight this.
I'm actually
thing.
gonna restart my game here in a minute and probably either stream or record video of it because
Whoa!
I found out like I started watching. I was like, I have some tips of like what's some better things I can be doing here, and just like I'm like, oh man, there's so many things like Could
I've
have
been
been
doing
better.
all these things wrong.
Because like people have described this game as similar to like a roguelike because it has permadeath in it. But honestly, I'd say it's way more like XCOM.
Yeah, that's what I think
Right,
it's
where
more
you
like XCOM.
lose, where you lose your
Where
guys.
you lose your guys
Yeah.
permanently, but you keep going, and
Right.
and it's definitely different from how I would think of like an XCOM game where you got to keep all your guys alive because sometimes the traits they end up getting are like total garbage, and some of my highest level guys
true.
right now have like terrible traits,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
I went into like a harder dungeon tier, and I was like, oh frick, I'm getting killed,
Yeah.
like really fast. So I'm gonna restart and I'll record
You
it.
can get rid of those right through like you can get rid
You
of
can,
some
but
of
they
those
cost an arm and a leg
yeah.
to do.
Hmm.
And early in the game, especially, you don't have that much money. So
I really wanted to get back into that. I keep looking at it, but I just
yeah, it's a good game.
haven't had the time.
It's a good game.
Plus, you kind of
It's a really good loop
you
to
kind
it
of got
too.
burnt out on it on the
I did.
in the early access.
I
This
think it's
new
a lot.
stuff
I think
seems
it's a
pretty
lot
good.
better now.
Yeah.
The-
Sounds like it could get
They've
me back in.
rebalanced all the characters too, so characters that were really strong before might not be the strongest anymore. I don't know about all those details because I haven't been following it the entire way, but I do know that the new characters that they've added really add some cool tactics, and just watching even just one or two YouTube videos about it is maybe being like, oh yeah, I could pair this character with this character, and then that would mean that I could do this and then this and then that kind of thing. And just understanding a little bit more about how the different character attributes work, like the accuracy, the protection, the dodge, that kind of stuff, and how that factors into it, makes me want to jump back into it some more. So I will be doing that soon, and you guys should too. Check it out, Darkest Dungeon, available now.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Fans of the series will enjoy, but newcomers might be turned off by the hard difficulty.
Overall, recommend
8 out of 8.
8.
Would recommend.
An 8.8 out of 8.8.
Perfect.
We have a really weird. We have an 88-point system. It's
Yep.
very odd.
I like that.
I think we did
Progressive.
algorithms which said that was the most accurate and most fair way of.
Objective game reviews. You asked for them, we got them. Pixellegends.com.
Also, the review will be in review for about 6 months until it finally goes official.
Yeah.
In case maybe today I played and I didn't think it was that good, huh? Did you ever think of that?
You want the
perfect
most final
And
review.
it has to be perfect every day for it to be perfect.
Listen, to get good game reviews, you have to follow it through.
You have to be the game.
That was deep.
You have to follow it
Home.
through.
You got it. That's exactly what I said, and I meant it with that inflection. Too.
All right. Well then, Ricardo, what have you been playing?
I don't really play anything, man.
All
It's
right.
been a really busy week. It was a really busy week, and by busy
What
I
I pay
mean
you for, Ricardo?
nothing.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I didn't really get to play much. I only kind of got back a little bit in the Super Mega Baseball. That game's still fun. Probably one of the better baseball games available. But
Yeah, I was watching a stream that looked like. I kept thinking about it. I was like, man, this looks really good. I really want to pick this game up. I don't know.
yeah, no, it's
How
fun.
much is
It's now it's
15, 20,
it's-
10?
Now it might be like 20. It might be like 20. I think it was like 30 on release, but
Mm.
it's it's a good game. Pretty deep in terms of like strategy, but also really accessible with the controls and stuff like that. The season mode's kind of fun because you hire on staff and upgrade your players throughout the thing, and then of course all the players are just really dumb and goofy. The game looks kind of bad, like the graphics.
This has some sort of style.
It has a style,
It's like
but
cartoon, like
yeah,
backyard baseball.
yeah, kind of, yeah, and
Yeah.
it looks okay, and it looks good sometimes, and then other times it's just like this isn't really working. Like this isn't working.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the Metalhead, the developers, are pretty small-ish team. So
Metalhead's a good name for a developer studio. The
Yes.
studio that made Vermintide is called Fat Shark.
oh yeah,
It's a good
Fat
name.
Shark. I think they used to be Grin.
Oh, really?
Like a lot of the guys who are in Fat Shark used to be
Oh.
Grin.
I remember
What
Grin.
make Grin?
What's that?
Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
The Bionic Commando
those
reboot,
games
Wanted
too.
Weapons of Fate.
Right.
That one Terminator game. But yeah,
That one.
that game's fun. I'm probably gonna switch over to some other games that I recently picked up.
Like
The Banner Saga
Oh,
finally came out. It's out on
I don't know what that game
consoles.
is. What's that game?
It's a game.
it's
you
only
like
the best game
Vikings?
of 2014.
14.
Do you like Vikings?
Are they lost?
Do you like Game of
Some
Thrones
of them
style
could be.
Vikings?
Do you like
That's
Vikings
kinda
with
how I would describe it, actually,
horns?
now that I think about it. Not much political stuff, I guess, but very, very depressing.
But with horns.
Yeah.
Vikings with horns.
It's like
Is there a Viking
Vikings,
without horns?
the history.
I really like
Possibly.
I really like the world crafting in that game. Like, if you just played the story and didn't look at the map or anything like that, you know, it's fine. It'd be a fine story by itself. But like, it's really cool how it feels like this full world that actually like feels like, oh, people have lived here for like hundreds of years before, you know, before this happened and any of this stuff happened. And then you look at the map and there's just like all these locations, and you go to like a handful of them over the course of the game, but like there's all this stuff, and you can like click on each area of the map and be like, this is what this is, and this is why it's called this, and this is who lived here. And
Yeah, no, it's super cool. I'm looking forward to playing that because I got about a third through the game, maybe on Steam, and then just stopped playing because I don't like playing games on my computer.
Right.
So
how far did you get? Do you remember like what story beat you were at?
it was like when Rook and his group was like in the city, like there was that weird like infighting going on in that one city.
Yeah, that's pretty early.
And then I forget what the other what was it? What are they called? What are the giants? The giants.
Varl?
The
I think
Varl.
they're
Like,
called
I
the
don't
Varl.
remember what the Varl troop with the prince were doing. I can't remember what was going on, but
Yeah, some interesting. That game's good.
that game's really
That
good.
game has some really nice aesthetics. I always
Yeah,
really liked it. It
looks
has this very like
And really,
pretty.
really super nice writing from what I remember too. Like each character has.
Some cool Oregon Trail type stuff.
Yeah.
There definitely was one instance of that game where I was like,
where you got dysentery.
well, no,
Yep.
kind of where like I like made a choice.
real life.
I made a choice, and it like it wasn't just like, oh, that was a bad choice to make, but it actually like prevented me from getting a certain either a character died or a character I didn't get the chance
There
to
are
have them
definitely-
join me because I just did something and I wasn't.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
didn't
even
even know.
understand like that was
Yeah.
the kind of choice I was making.
Yeah, there are
And I
definitely
remember being a little bit upset about that.
there's definitely like a troop recruitment thing going on in terms of like situations will pop up, and if you say one thing or you say another thing, like you have a chance to get another character into your party or just leaving them up.
There was once where I like looked up to find out like, where I was like because I had a suspicion something like that was going to happen. So I was like, well, I don't want to like have this be a reason why I can't have this character join me or something like that. So, but other than that,
So I mean, it's funny we're talking about this when I haven't even
I was gonna
started playing it
say
again.
this is a great
But
game
I'm
to talk
looking
about.
forward to I'm looking forward to playing it again. Probably start up again tomorrow. And then I also this is probably over now because I think it was a flash sale, but Dive Kick was on sale for PSN for $1.25.
That sounds like the right price for that game.
So yeah,
All worth it.
yeah, well worth
Well
it. No,
worth
that game's worth at least $10.
I own that game on PS4 as well. Oh wait, I own it on Vita. I don't think Vita's cross-buy.
you gotta play with one person on one side and one person on the other side.
It works.
Game's fantastic.
The game's pretty good. It's good. It's a
it's a
fun,
good
like,
silly
it's a fun
game.
party game.
Yeah.
Where, like, local, people are over at your house. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Play some games.
Or play it online. Rank mode. That's what I did for a while.
Yeah,
It's
I did
alright.
that for a lot. Probably get back into that. But anyway, yeah, that's about
That's
it.
it.
That's it.
Banner Saga's so good.
Saga's-
No, all Matt wants to think about is Banner
I
Saga.
want to go back and like.
When is
I
that
should try.
second one?
I only like dabbled with it.
It's-
That was about it.
Yeah. One thing I will say is it's a difficult game too.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
like
out.
the mechanic. I like the mechanics in it, but it definitely is difficult.
There are lots of situations where like there's two kinds of like things that happen. There's like the fights in those tactical formats, but then there's also the like the marching as your group,
And
and then
then
there's
you
sometimes where
run
it's like an enemy group attacks. Like, do you want to like charge right in,
Yeah.
or like stay and defend, or like come at them from the side, or run away?
Yeah,
And
That
you,
sounds
choose one of the-
stressful.
Choose one of these options, and like that will get you a better starting position in the fight that comes up, or not, or things like that, depending on what you did.
Yeah.
And
But the game is still relatively forgiving in the sense that I'm pretty sure you can change the difficulty at any time. So
That's
if it's
cool.
like you're playing it on medium and you just want to see the story, you
Right.
can drop it back down.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
think I did that at one point because there's a part that like the part about the midpoint where it's like this battle is so hard.
Just ramps up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good
So
games.
that's that. Amber, you got anything to talk about?
Nope. No.
All right.
No, I actually did play some games this week. It's Red Letter Week for me.
What?
Yes, it's all new stuff. Matt and I played a little bit of Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime. Kind of
You betrayed me.
Found another lover.
Stranger previous lover.
Also, that game has cloud saves, which is I didn't know. So
Oh, really?
if you ever want to play it over here, we can play it here.
Learn Telltale.
So much they can learn.
Seriously, guys.
That was fun though. It's kind of like I know you guys talked about it already, but like this FTL mixed with like I don't know what's a good co-op game. There are none.
FTL.
It's like FTL basically, but in a rounder ship.
And the cute, everything's cuter.
Everything's way cuter.
Everything's
They're
cuter
little
and way less
bunnies that they
depressing.
just get really kind of freaky and hover, but they open portals for you, so you're kind of okay with it.
With rainbows.
With
The
rainbows.
rainbows.
Lots of rainbows.
Everything's love
Uh,
powered.
It's a fun game. It
Shoot
definitely
the
takes
guns.
coordination.
Yeah, there's lots of like, what are you doing? Why are you moving the shield like that?
There's a lot of me being like, "Oh, I got it," like not specifying what I got. It was like,
I
"What?
got
Wait,
it. I
is
got
it,
it.
is it,
There's
is it
enemies-
shields? Is
There's
it
enemies
guns?"
on two sides of us. We're drifting towards a
Oh, I
meteor.
got it.
No, I got it.
And the shield's out of position. Oh, I got it. Wait, I got what? What are you doing?
So yeah, you really have to communicate. We kind of got into a rhythm there, but
yeah, it was working well when we had when we had the communication up.
yeah. So I want to play more of that. That was
Yeah.
it's a fun little game to play. But the game that we actually played most of this weekend and beat is Oxenfree,
Yeah.
which is
We saw Indiecade.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I even talked about it during that. Kind
You
of,
did.
I think
okay.
you did.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. You were
'Cause
really
it's-
taken with it.
And you were hot on that game.
It looks
So
pretty.
hot.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
It's a
really
pretty
pretty.
looking game.
Yeah.
Looks
I like their
good.
style.
How does
of
it play?
Plays
It
alright.
plays like an adventure game.
Yeah.
I really like the dialogue stuff that they're doing in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
but-
seems really neat.
Yeah, it's good. It's very natural sounding dialogue.
It does get a little stuttery sometimes.
There
What you
one,
mean?
There were one or two times where things like repeated themselves in a weird way, which we were unsure if the game was doing that or if that was a glitch.
I think that was the game. No, but there's like times where like you're kind of wanting to hear more of a conversation, but then maybe you're walking forward and then you trigger another conversation to happen and then you just overwrite that
Is it
conversation.
voiced?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
Oh,
it's all
totally.
voice dialogue. The voice acting is actually pretty good.
It's pretty good voice acting. It doesn't sound very teenage. Like they're supposed to be teenagers, and it's one of those things where it's like it's the Life is Strange problem of just like these kids don't sound like this. Is not what
This
kids
is a
sound
30-year-old.
like.
Yeah, one of the guys literally sounds 30 years
They
old.
all sound like
yeah,
they're
actually, yeah,
not-
they all
not-
sound way older.
But all I did was I just rewrote it in my head to be
they're college.
they're
kids.
all college kids, and it just
Yeah, it would
it-
work.
Your
Yeah.
head
Yeah,
canon
it was
says
working.
they're all college kids.
But yeah, you're
the
basically.
story it would make
James
slightly
High School University.
Yeah, you just play as these group of kids who are at this island.
It's a ghost story. It's a spooky story.
is,
Yeah,
but
it's
you're-
Are you afraid of the dark?
No.
It's
Oh.
it's
Oh.
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt.
Hey kiddies.
No, that sounded more like Joker.
Jeez, get it right.
Better than Goosebumps.
It
I
gave me
assume.
goosebumps. Jack Black was in it too. Surprise
weird.
cameo from Jack Black halfway through
He's, just,
Oxenfree.
he's cameoing
And-
and everything.
And he actually it's just him. It's just him, Jack
It's
Black.
like, oh hey guys.
He's like, "What's up, guys?
Then
It's
the
me,
ghost, the
I'm
ghost
here.
gets him, and then he's
In the
useless.
game."
I have to go now though. They only paid me for a day.
Coming at you! Ha! And he
And
jumps
he actually,
away.
he actually jumps off screen. He rides away in a boat. And it's like, we need to get on a boat. Why aren't we getting in the boat with Jack Black?
Because we're not cameoing in this game. We're actually
the story
in the
hasn't been
game.
finished yet.
What were we talking about?
Oxenfree.
What is this podcast?
So talk about the. I didn't really touch on
So-
the
so-
interesting thing about the conversation style.
So the thing that
Oh, you go ahead.
well, the thing that Amber dislikes, I thought was kind of cool, which is that yes, like unlike Telltale, where like someone finishes their sentence and then you start the timer for what you have to say, they're still talking and your speech options are up there, and if you don't pick one, at least for most of them, they'll fade away and you won't get the choice to say anything. And that sometimes is a choice in itself, because if a character asks you a question, like in real life, if someone asks you a question and you just don't respond and you're like, all right, fine, jerk, like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Like, and the character's relationships with you, the main character, affects the ending, and kind of what kind of ending you get. So, like, wanting to kind of like figure out what you want to say to characters is a little bit important.
Yeah.
But what's cool about it is that when you do, it makes the dialogue very snappy. There's like no waiting around. There's no weird like awkward telltale pauses.
It's true.
And it sounds way more how normal people talk, because normal people do talk over each other a lot, as you guys know, talking to me.
What? No.
But there is a lot of just talking over each other, and there's a lot of really good writing in terms of that. Although like some of the things they say sound weird for their age or sound weird like coming out, there's a lot of things that are like there's lots of nothing like that.
Sad face?
Hella.
No, it's less of that kind of stuff and more of like constructions of phrases that are like, this is a really cool written out. It's the Aaron Sorkin problem of people just being really, or the
Yeah.
Like Kevin Smith.
or the
Yeah.
Joss Whedon problem of being like just like a little bit way too smart and clever
Yeah.
for
A
how
little
it's
witty.
a
Which
movie
kind of
that's-
sucks considering the natural dialogue system that seems to be in there.
And so what I'm saying is the dialogue still feels natural even despite that, just because of
You're
how
just not used to it, yeah.
snappy it moves, and also there's a lot of either well acted or it was written in really well timed like and people going like what's that oh yeah that thing, like just like the way they talk is much more like how real people talk.
Yeah, it's good writing and voice acting.
Yeah,
That's
it
it.
seems really
The
cool.
thing that bothered me is just like sometimes you want to hear like there's a conversation
Yeah.
going and you want to hear what this person's going to say, but you got to pick the dialogue because if you don't answer, then that's your response. So you pick the dialogue and then you overwrite what they're going to say, and it's like
Or-
wait, hang
or
on.
occasionally if you're walking and talking, which is what a
Yes.
lot of the game is,
You'll find
if
something.
you hit the next checkpoint trigger to start a new conversation, a new conversation will start and stop
Yeah.
the old one from
yeah,
starting.
that had been more in the beginning once you kind of get used to
'Cause there's
the
a lot of
pacing.
talking.
Doesn't that
beginning.
kind of make sense though? If you're like talking to someone, then
Yeah.
you see something, and you're
100%.
like,
It does.
and you're
It's
like,
just-
whoa, forget that conversation, and then you guys never go back to it because that's how it is in real
and
life.
And there are some cool things where they do go back to it too, where it's like, hey, wait, we were talking about something important just
Yeah.
now, and you just interrupted me talking
that's
about this.
cool. I like that.
Yeah, so like, and they have written in dialogue for that of like, we're talking about like, hey, how'd your mom die or whatever, and it's like, dude, you see this like weird? Why is this like? Why is this chair in the
Why is
middle
this
of the floor?
ghost here?
Yeah, well, what's this ghost doing here? No,
Hey,
and
dude, I rode Space Mountain. Did you see the Royal Rumble?
Did you see the Royal Rumble?
But yeah,
That's crazy.
there's some parts where it feels more natural, some parts where it feels like it took me out of it just a couple times where it kind of jarred. But for the most part, like this game is all like mostly dialogue that's carrying it. So the dialogue works really well.
It's also spookier than I expected. It's not very scary, but it is spooky.
Yeah, there's some jump scares. There's some like eerie,
couple-
unsettling parts.
Yeah,
Cool.
I wouldn't call them jumps. Yeah,
There's a
there's a
couple.
couple. There's a
There's a
couple.
couple jump
There's more like unsettling. Like this
Yeah.
is creepy. Like and like
Like this character's over here and now they're over here and what's real, what's not.
yeah, like stuff like that. And some really cool stuff with that game. It's the only thing I would say is kind of short.
Yeah.
We
We beat him probably like 4 hours.
played it like
How much?
5 hours, $20.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say 15's
I was gonna
fine,
say
Yeah.
I knew Ethan was gonna have a problem with the price after I bought it, because I was like, I bought this game and then we beat it the next night after we played it the first night.
Yeah.
Then bought it, then beat it the second night.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that it's got some collectibles in it,
Oh,
which
yeah.
are there's one of the collectibles at least is part of the story and gives you backstory to what's going on and like more about the stuff
And more about the island.
and more about the
stuff.
island and like and lots more other stuff. And then there's not a good reason or the game doesn't like. The game does this thing where it like sends you through a lot of the areas, and then there's like there's like reasons to go back to some areas, like for story reasons. So you're like gonna find a couple of those things on the way, but then there's just not reasons to go back to certain
Right.
areas.
There's like
again.
a certain point where it's like it kind of gives the options like, hey, if we
It's
go in this part, this is where we can't come back. Like it kind of tells you.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to. You were telling me like to get all these other collectible pieces, I'd have to just backtrack all over the island, which is not
Doesn't
fast.
sound fun.
Yeah, it would probably been like
and
another
your character,
hour.
and your character
of
does not
searching.
move quickly either.
Yeah,
They're-
they're
which
kinda
is fine
slow-moving.
most of the time because you're walking with another character and talking and like stuff is going on, story stuff is going on.
Yeah.
But at that point, I bet if we had just gone to go find stuff, it would have just been running to the location,
Yeah.
finding the thing, running to the next location.
So the big question is,
which we didn't do. We ended up.
were you guys satisfied with the story?
How do I know when I'm satisfied?
The story's interesting, like, because these kids are on this island, all this weird stuff starts happening, and the island's interesting. It's kind of like Alcatraz. It's a very like where like this island was like used for this thing. Like there were miners. Oh, and then the military took over. Oh, and then there was I don't even remember what else happened on that island. So it's got a rich history. That's really cool.
There's
so
like a radio station, like a military training. Like it's like a military base, and then it was like a military like school.
Yeah.
And then it's like now it's like a tourist little trap area.
Yeah.
and-
So the world feels very lived in, and a big part of the story is like kind of finding out about these characters and find out about this island, and that's all interesting. I didn't love the ending, I would say.
It is a little weird, and it can change depending on like I said, what characters you.
But
you,
not
and
really.
Then well, I think it does change, but I think that like there can be characters that don't even show up in the ending. There can be characters that are not alive to show up if you do things a certain way. But but it also felt a little bit like I don't know. There's a ghost story ending to the ending, and I'm not sure if I appreciated that part, but that's just because I'm not into those kind of stuff, movies or TV shows or books or things like that. So, someone else has to tell me what they think of that by seeing the ending, because I'm not gonna spoil it.
I'd heard there were different endings, and I was like, oh, I'd love to go back and play, because there are different points where you can like go to different places or interact with different characters. And I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to say like, hey, if I went with this character, what would the interaction be? But kind of hearing and like, oh, there's different endings, but kind of hearing that I don't know, that it feels like the endings aren't varied enough. Like I felt like they kind of don't matter.
Till dawn.
Exactly. I don't know. It's hard to explain without like completely spoiling it, but
Yeah, I get it. But again,
What
what about overall? Were you guys satisfied?
yeah, it's a fun 4-hour experience. Like it's cool. It's
very
spooky.
pretty.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty looking game.
Yeah, I like the
everything
style
looks
of it.
really
Yeah,
well
the
done.
like I said, the voice acting's really good. And the story's fun, and like it was a
I was
fun
interested
night
to see
experience.
it through. Yeah. I there wasn't a point where I was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
It
So I recommend it, but it's kind of short, and there's some stuff that maybe like didn't
couple
pan
caveats.
out. Yeah, pan out as well.
Yeah.
But it was a cool
$20
game.
is a little bit of an ask for how
Yeah.
much it is, but
Only for a Steam sale. I do want to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a fun game to
I
play.
think we might do a spoiler cast for it.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it.
Kinda
Some
talk
more
about the
details. If people
story.
want to hear
You
the
said it
story
out loud. It's
spoiled-
got to happen.
if people want to hear
Oh,
the story
no.
spoiled, then they'll have to listen to that.
Yeah.
You fools.
I think that's all I've played. I keep on talking about playing Yokai Watch, but I actually haven't played Yokai
Amber's
Watch.
talked about playing a game a lot.
I'm like, I should play Yokai Watch. Yeah, I should play Yokai Watch. I
Yokai
don't play.
Watch.
I don't play Yokai Watch.
And then also, we all just played Move or Die.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to forget that this time. There's one time that we
Block that
played
out.
Sonic All Stars Transformed. We still haven't talked
We
about
haven't
that.
even talked about that.
No.
That's
game's
a
great.
good 2-year-old game.
Yeah, it's a good kart
It's
racer.
a good old kart racer.
That's pretty much all you need to know.
It's got some good arcade.
There's some
feels.
really dumb characters in there that are
Football
making amazing.
Manager.
Football Manager.
Captain Winters.
From
General Winters,
General,
please.
I'm sorry, excuse
He's
me.
a Russian tank
didn't-
driver.
Who drives a tank, turns into a biplane,
This
turns
isn't
into a
real.
sub.
You guys are making this
Nope.
up.
Football Manager is driving like a convertible, and he's just a guy in a suit
And every time he
with a
transforms,
helmet, with a like an old timey
yeah, but
racing
he's got
driving
like
helmet
the
on.
the really pumped like expression on his
Does
face
he
that
just,
is
like,
on
throw
every.
money at
I
you
wish
and
that would be
fly?
great.
and Wreck-It Ralph's in the game. 'Cause why not?
Because they had a deal with Sega for that.
Yeah,
Sonic's
Oh,
going, hey,
yeah.
if your game gets unplugged, you'll die.
The
If
one
you die
like, big
outside your
character they could
game,
get.
you'll die.
You don't
There's also
respawn.
Shogun.
Shogun.
Just Shogun.
There's
Shogun.
Danica
Shogun.
Patrick.
There's Danica Patrick.
Just the actual Danica Patrick.
Alex, and then like
This
your
is some fever dream. You
then
Yeah,
guys
like
it's
are
your
great.
then like your normal Sonic All Stars like Sonic,
Knuckles,
and
Tails.
Yeah.
I.
Amy.
I, the guy
There's
from
Ulala.
Samba, there's Ulala from Space Channel 5.
Samba is from Samba de Amigo.
Samba from Samba de Amigo.
There's a Rome Total War guy.
Rome to a War guy.
It's like
Shogun
General
guy.
Flavius or
Joe-
something like that.
BD Joe from Crazy Taxi. Alex Kidd.
I'll say
I like
it.
how
Say the
Amber just
games.
can't process
can't
it.
I like
say
how the
it.
crazy.
Jesus.
I like how the Crazy Taxi one is the weird one to you. That's a pretty normal. I mean, kart racer, taxi man.
Yeah,
that's
that.
kind of like.
I
But then he
guess.
turns
Yeah,
his
say
taxi
that.
turns into a
Oh,
boat.
Team
Well, the
Fortress.
Oh yeah,
is
Team
in
Fortress is in there.
Yeah,
I
and,
don't know.
and it's just Team Fortress. It's not like
because
one
it's
character.
because it's
The spy
Pyro, the spy and
The heavy.
And the football manager just turns into it turns into a soccer ball when he transforms.
Yeah, when he transforms.
That's all. His cart just turns into.
It's so dumb and great.
Yeah.
And all the levels are really crazy and like goofy.
Yeah,
and
they're really cool.
They
active,
change,
like,
They come from all different Sega games.
not 100% on board with how it controls. It's a little loose-ish, but it's still
I
pretty.
think
it's
the
still pretty
cart
good.
controls are great. It's
The
when
boat
you start getting
controls.
into like boat.
Yeah.
And
Well, the plane. I
plane.
think the planes are fine. And
Plane's
the boat,
alright.
the boat's kind of the. It's a weird thing.
It's a car
really
racer.
good.
It's a car
I get.
racer.
It's
Okay,
like,
so
do you like Diddy Kong Racing, but you want to do all the things at the same time and also have
Danica
really,
Kilpatrick.
really obscure Sega characters in it.
So, because I just thought it was Sonic characters. You guys talking about like, yeah, crazy
No, it's
taxi
called,
guy.
No, it's
Sonic
All-Stars.
All-Stars Racing.
Well, yeah,
Transform.
okay.
I
There's
guess
also
All-Star.
Well,
like
because the first game
Mario Kart.
No, the first game was Sonic and Sega All Stars, and they just shortened it to
Oh,
Sonic
really?
and All
See,
Stars.
so I just thought it was Sonic. So you guys are just like, yeah, there's a football coach, and I'm just like, I'm sorry,
Well,
what?
Mario Kart's got Link in it. Mario Kart's got.
That's true.
Sega was doing it first. Sega was doing what Nintendo.
It's a cracker of a show.
So
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
He says similar things
He
to that.
says, like
It's so great.
ludicrous call or something like that when you get hit by, or he goes foul when you get hit
Does
by.
he talk about that ludicrous display last night?
Yeah,
Pretty
what
much.
Arsenal is.
That's pretty
Should have
great.
walked it in.
Anyway, the other game we played that I mentioned earlier was Move or Die. We just played that a few
Yep.
minutes ago.
Yes.
That just came out. It's a little like couch local multiplayer
Uh-huh.
and online multiplayer.
Really wants that online.
I mean,
Gosh, yeah.
it is online. There's like
push
a
the
message
online.
on the start screen saying like this is broken right now.
Which is
Well-
just like it's just I don't know.
It's not saying that. Like the message says some people are experiencing errors because it's using peer-to-peer, like direct connection. It's not using a middle
Right.
server. It's using the Steam system to just connect you directly to the other person's computer.
other users.
So for some people, that's gonna be totally fine. But if you
That's
don't have a
true.
good internet connection,
Yeah.
then you might just have a terrible time. So
I will say they did say that they are trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
I
not
know.
just saying like, if you got poor connection.
Because
Sorry.
according to them, it's a two. It's a two.
I just feel like that
team.
game
Yeah.
just
Two
works so
people
much better as a local game.
yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
you'd want to play that online. And the thing is, they gate unlocking character
Yeah.
outfits to online, which is I think is kind of
Are
dumb.
there more modes? Because the thing of this game is you.
modes.
It's got
You-
Steam
you-
Workshop
yeah, like
support.
the-
So
okay.
I just downloaded like 6 extra levels for the modes we just played.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
like
Alright.
now instead of having one race mode, so basically the game itself is just like here are a bunch of 30-second mini games. The only rule set that carries across all of them is that you have to keep moving along the ground, otherwise you die. If you stop moving for about like 3 seconds, it'll just kill your
Kill you,
character.
yeah.
If you keep moving again, then your life bar will refill. And then there's a bunch of little modes that happen really quickly, like falling blocks. Don't get hit by them.
Race mode.
Race to the end of this level.
Chainsaws.
Hot potato this bomb around so you
Yeah,
don't die.
so you don't
blow
die.
up.
Yeah.
You know, like run on this little maze to get the candy. And
Splatoon.
Tony Hawk's
Graffiti.
Tony Hawk's
See who I
graffiti.
am. Nah, all right. That was last week.
Is
And
there
then-
mods so you can play that?
I bet
That'd be great.
there's Steam Workshop support, so I just downloaded Minions and Sonic characters as to play as instead of the normal ones.
Why you do?
Also, also other levels.
Why wouldn't you
When
do?
you- when
It
you
was like Fat Sonic.
What's
That
Fat
Sonic was
Sonic?
heavy.
an Eggman.
They gotta fit into that weird
Yeah, into the-
constraint.
I
of
guess.
Fat
the
characters.
hitbox has to be the same size.
Yeah.
So they're just like,
Um,
let's make our Sonic really
So you can
big.
dodge
And
those falling
Undertale
blocks.
characters are on there as well.
I'm okay with this.
Five Nights
Um,
at Freddy's characters.
There's Five Nights at Freddy's characters and everything.
Yeah.
So the thing about the game, I forgot what I was gonna say.
thing
So
about the
never
game.
mind.
They're a bunch of
yeah,
mini-games.
the Steam Workshop support at launch. So when you open up when you launch the game, it says, "Do you want to play the game or do you want to play the editor?" And I guess you can just like build a level.
Oh,
and just,
that's
like,
cool.
Like build it right into the game. You don't have to.
That'd be
have,
Oh,
neat.
that's cool.
You don't have to be a modder.
So you can just be
build
like,
it.
hey, I want to make a
So,
sick level, bro.
I guess even though there's not that many, unless they unlock modes, but there's only like 12
like
modes,
12.
and you choose
Yeah.
6 to play at a time. So
No Mario Party.
it's not
no Mario
over
Party.
50 mini games.
It was all right. Some of the games in there were really bad.
Like the race one.
Like the race one's not great. The platform.
The race would be better if it
Oh,
was a
yeah.
different map.
The
each time.
vertical, like you have to keep like jumping up higher.
The,
is
like, ice
not-
climber
yeah,
level,
It's
I like
not
that
great.
one.
What's
I
up?
don't know.
It's
That
not
one's
that
fine.
great, but I
You also
it.
didn't
'Cause
play it
I'm
on
good.
For
keyboard.
me,
I
it's
did.
for me, it's just that like the platforms are not like intelligently placed. So it's
Yeah.
just like you
They're
just jumped
stupidly
here. Guess
placed.
what? Now you can't go anywhere. Now
Yeah.
you're dead.
Well, you could actually jump up and then move left, and you got a lot of air control in that game. That's the reason I was able to.
Again, you
win
didn't
every
play
time.
with keyboard.
Okay.
You play with your city roller.
My city
Yeah,
roller.
someone forgot to bring controllers tonight, so not everyone got to play with a game controller and all these keyboards.
This is the person who played with the keyboard the entire time
I
and
won.
won.
Won every single round.
Your point is
But yeah,
invalid.
some of those modes are definitely
But Ethan almost
like
won
the
and
rocket one is
lost it.
the garbage. I think the
No,
rocket one is like
I,
straight.
d-
I
I,
think
I
I
feel,
won,
I
so
feel like there was a
it feels okay.
mechanic we were missing or something.
I
Like
don't
the
know.
teleporter. Stupid teleport didn't activate.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just that one feels super unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that-
some of
that
them
one
are
was
fun.
weird.
I
Yeah,
like
but
I like
most
the
of them are
falling
fun.
block one. I like they're all over so quickly. It's like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, don't have to worry too
But
much
that's the
about
problem,
it.
too,
Chainsaw
is-
one was pretty good.
That's the problem, though, too, is that to start, there's like about 12 different
Yeah.
games. So
And
then
it
you're
feels-
going to be going through them really
Yeah.
quickly. And there's no, until you download the level packs, there's no, each time you play the race game, it's going to be on the same map.
Yeah,
Every time you
man, that's a
play
bummer.
the chainsaw game, it's going to be on the same map. Every
Yeah,
time you
Yeah.
play.
because I saw this game
Oh, God.
show up on like a preview on Giant Bomb. I think like 6 months to a year ago. I can't remember how long it was. It was a while ago. It was like after PAX, so I think like last spring. And it has some new modes in it since then, but the race map is exactly the same, for instance. And a couple other things that I
Yeah.
was like a little bit like, oh,
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
fun,
how much is it?
it's like I think it's 15 normally, but they're selling it for like it's like a certain amount off right now. I think it's like 12 when I.
It's a solid
I'd
one to
say
add to the
it-
rotation.
I'd say if you have if it gets good community support from the creations and stuff,
Yeah.
it could be great. Right now, I'd say there's
Just with the
like
base game,
so
it's
many
kind
other
of-
like couch multiplayer games that are way better than this
The
game.
thing about I've got enough of a collection of those kind of games right now where it's just like we can just pull this one out, play it for 10 minutes, be like,
Yeah.
all right, we've played all the
That's
things,
true.
and then
That's kinda
just
where I'm at
move
now.
on to the next game. Like
Yeah.
that, I'm fine with
we just
paying.
play Nidhogg forever.
Oh yes, let's do
I'm
it.
Fine with
Let's do
I'm fine
it.
with paying $12 to have just another thing
Yeah.
to add.
Let's get
It-
Towerfall back in there.
Towerfall's good.
I
Towerfall is
love
great.
I have
Towerfall.
that.
Just bring that
People
up.
got real down on Towerfall, and I'm like, no, you like dodge, you can get
You know
the
what,
arrows,
one
Who
game-
you
doesn't
can
like
shoot.
Towerfall?
People,
Idiots.
stupid people. Anyways.
One game that we haven't played of those kinds of games is Samurai Showdown.
Samurai Gun.
Samurai Gun.
Oh, that's
not Samurai
right.
Showdown. That's
That would be a
Sounds
fun
like
one.
that's the old Neo Geo.
Yeah,
Samurai
that's-
Gun.
Samurai
That's
Gun.
supposed to be really good too.
That's supposed to be very similar to Towerfall.
Hmm.
And I have not played it yet. So
It's one of the bigger ones. Also, Duck Game is supposed to be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
that's very similar as well. I think people were Crawl. I wanted that to be out of
I
its.
wish Crawl was
I want-
slightly better.
I want it to be out of its. Well, it's still in early access.
I know, but I feel like the core mechanic they just can't fix. I don't really know how to do it. The core thing I don't like about it, which is like
Which
you
is
just
what?
stand around while this person does its thing and you just kind
Right.
of hang out. I still think it's really neat. Also, there's no cloud saves. So I guess they can add that though. I don't know.
Just that like it gets old if you're not the person.
Yeah, if you're not the person, then you can't. It's
I
just
think
like-
they've been trying to balance it so that like that switches up more, but
What do you mean if you're not the person?
well,
I'm
so like
confused.
if you're not the
You play
guy,
the monsters. The monsters.
Yeah, you play as a
Well,
monster.
but when they're going in the shop and reading every single thing, and you're sitting there just like, well, I'm flying around, I guess, and they have to read everything, and I'm like, all right, come on, buy your items, let's go.
yeah, I guess that's. But that's.
But
Ian's a busy man. He's got lots of things to do.
It's a very
okay?
it's a minor complaint, but I do like it's very unique compared to all the other couch type games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like its uniqueness. Also, the bosses end up being like this choke point of just like, well,
yeah.
I beat all the bosses.
when did that happen? Were you playing with us, or did you buy it separately from me?
No, we were playing here. I beat the dragon, the Hydra.
Wow,
But did you beat
I'm
the
still not
big
been
eye
playing that
guy?
around. I don't remember.
Yeah, I
that
beat
happening.
that big guy. Boom, boom, boom.
The big eye guy's pretty easy to
Yeah,
beat.
that's
Actually,
the Hydra's the one that's hard.
I just the one that's difficult.
Anyway,
All right. Well, that's all the games.
it's quite a lot. That's a lot of games.
Yep.
Before we go to news, I want to actually say, Ethan, I think I figured out who you sound like with your
Yes.
voice like that.
Mhm.
Who?
You kind of sound
is it?
like, who wants a body massage? You sound like, you sound like that guy.
G.I.
Who
Joe.
wants a body massage?
Yeah, exactly.
It's close.
It's pretty good.
It's close.
Body massage.
All right, now we're done now.
Oh,
Body
look at all
massage.
your
Now
little
he's-
hats.
You should have told him that at the end. Now he's gonna be
Just gonna be like
But-
think
You know what's better than
pork chop
news?
sandwiches.
Better than news is a body massage.
All right, it's time for the
Oh, yeah.
news. And Ethan, read all these news stories. Read them all
Body
loudly.
massage.
All right, fine. I'll read the news stories
Body
just for
massage.
today.
Ethan's broken.
All right, now I told you shouldn't have told him that.
Massage.
Get out! Get out of here, you idiot!
Die.
You're dead!
All right.
News.
Oh, I wanted to mention the Witness is coming
Witness!
out. That's what I forgot to mention. I know that's not news itself, but just that everyone's saying it looks like it's pretty good. And I don't know if you guys have seen like video of that game in motion, but that game looks really pretty.
That game in motion. It's
Yeah.
poetry in motion.
It's
I
art.
do. I kind of want to pick that up. I'm in the mood for a puzzle game. I played a little bit of Talos
know.
Principle the other day.
So yeah, it seems like it's really similar to that, and that, like you
Yeah.
got this kind of open world to explore, and
Well,
It's all puzzles.
Do
Well-
not climb the tower,
yeah.
young one.
Is
That's from
Talos
that's the
Principle?
Talos.
I'm not sure that's how he sounds.
Do not what? You are gone from my sight, child.
We
What?
need a little more
I
voice
hope you
modulation.
didn't
A little more
go.
body massage.
I hope you didn't go up the tower.
Why are you like a Jewish
I
man?
hope you
Like,
didn't.
Hey, what are you
Don't-
doing?
Don't go up the tower, or you'll miss your body massage.
Oh my gosh.
I love this.
This newfound
this
power.
new-
I know.
Power.
But basically, the reason I brought it up is just because I'm like torn because I like. It sounds like it's really tough puzzles, really mind bending, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I wanna.
Are you ready for your mind to be bended?
Maybe you should.
It's
not
also
go up
it's
the
also
tower.
it's also Jonathan Blow being very deep, which is
Not good.
sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't like Braid as much as everyone else did. So I don't
I like the
know.
You
gameplay
didn't
in
like
Braid
it as
quite a
much as
lot.
Soulja
I didn't like
Boy?
the philosophizing.
as much as Soldier Boy.
Whoa, it's crazy! He's still man. He's jumping.
You could go
Yeah, but what
very
about Piss
well.
Jar? What about Piss Jar?
Yeah, man. Twitter was caught on fire the other day.
I remember seeing that like before I left work and was like, that's weird because I saw the actual tweet from Jonathan Blow. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's odd. And then I
Did
left.
you hear about this, Ricardo?
No,
You're
I
all-
didn't-
you're
I
all
didn't
over
hear
Twitter.
about this
You're all over
either.
Twitter.
What are you talking about?
So
Alex,
Jonathan
Alex
Blow
Navarro is a piss jar
so
truther. He was
Jonathan
like
Blow
blowing up my Twitter feed about this.
tweeted a while ago.
No, it was like a couple days ago.
A couple days ago.
No.
Earlier before the actual tweet went out, and he said, "Hey, does anyone have any tubing, like surgical tubing? I need this to complete the game or whatever, something like that." And he's like, and we're like, "What? That's weird." And then he just goes, "All right, I finished this, and this is what was needed." And it was just a picture of what looked like it was like a juice container or water container with a hose sticking going out of it. And it looked
Oh,
like it
I
was
saw
full- yeah.
this, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So everyone thought he didn't say
He
what
didn't
it was.
say what it was. He
So
didn't
everyone was
say-
like pissed. I was like, I bet it's orange. I bet it's apple juice. And he just had like a big straw and just sucks on the apple juice.
Which, you know, it makes logical sense, but like
Everyone was
everyone
like,
immediately went like, "Is
catheter.
that pee? What is going on?" And then like,
This is what Twitter blows up about?
listen. Twitter blew up about a freaking dress 6 months ago, whether or
That's
not it
true.
was one color or another
Best
color. So.
WonderCon cosplay.
Did you see that at WonderCon?
Yeah, someone just had the dress on. It was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Anyway, yeah, everyone freaked
right.
out, and then it was all sorts of like, who could be the funniest about this?
So just
and
people yelling about
As
piss
Twitter
jar.
does.
That's Twitter does.
Mhm.
To be fair, Alex Navarro had some really funny tweets
Yeah, it was
about.
pretty good.
He's like, the witness, more like the went piss. and he's like,
So I didn't understand. I logged in. I just see all this
and
piss
he's
stuff,
like-
and I'm like, what's
and
going
like at the
on?
very beginning, he's like,
Everyone
if the
talking
piss
about piss.
jar doesn't have its own parody Twitter account by novelty Twitter account by the morning, I quit the internet. And then like, and then like someone. And like the piss jar tweeted at him, and he's like, "We're done, folks. It's over." Like, it's like,
What a weird
Yeah, I
world
saw
we
the
live in.
picture, but like I didn't know what it was tied to, so I was just like, man, what is Twitter doing? I don't know. Anyway, I hope
Wrestling.
AJ Styles really premieres at the Royal Rumble, like everyone says he's going to.
I'm glad I kind
He
of missed
did.
Twitter for
And
the
he
last
did.
day. All I missed was Royal Rumble stuff and piss jars.
yep.
I mean, that's
But apparently the
Twitter.
game's really good. It's getting some positive reviews, like mostly positive from people.
Polygon gave it an 8,
Are they done with the review?
Giant
though?
Bomb gave it a 5 out of 5.
and
GameSpot
IGN gave it a 10.
GameSpot gave it an 8.
Wow.
I think Kotaku gave it a lower score, like relatively.
They don't keep
Like
scores, do they?
7.9.
Oh,
Kotaku just does yes,
Oh,
no. Well, they
that's true.
changed the
Yeah,
review
yes.
thing recently, but I think
yeah,
I think you're right. I think it is just yes or no. I think they used to give a score.
yeah.
it's cool, man. I'm kind of interested in that game.
Yeah,
I hear
I
it's
do.
really hard though. I don't know. I got so many other games to beat. Maybe I'll beat Talos Principle instead and just call it a day.
Child, where are you?
I don't know that. I've seen the Talos Principle.
Gather these
That's not-
tetraminos and
that's
put
not-
them in the slots,
That's not
child.
quite how it sounds. I don't-
That is how you enlighten yourself, but don't look in the tower, please.
Laser,
Stare into my
laser
eyes,
puzzles. Do you
Walter.
like laser puzzles? I'm a wizard. I must protect you from
This
these rats.
orb ball is going to kill you, child.
This
But do
orb
not be
ball.
afraid.
The witness doesn't have any killing in it.
Only
Peaceful.
good
It
times.
doesn't.
Or does it?
Don't talk to the computer, child.
Anyway, it looks interesting. It looks cool. I'm interested to see. I'm like really tempted to buy it, but it's $40, and I think
Holy
I think
crap.
I'd bang my head against it for a while. He worked on it for like 4 years. He's been working on it for like the longest time.
$10
Yeah,
for
so I
every
work on
year.
like
$10
know.
a year.
It's how it works.
I don't know. I had a good analogy and I lost it.
All right.
Yeah, you know,
Well,
F you.
shoot, yeah.
look at you in your little hats.
All right. So moving on to actual news. Five Nights at Freddy's taken down from Five Nights at Freddy's
World.
Quest or whatever World.
Well, it
taken
went up.
down.
Beforehand, before the release date,
Oh,
as,
they came down.
as he loves to do.
As he always does.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, the game is like broken and also really
And
bad.
the features that you said were gonna be in it aren't in it.
And then he's like, oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I'll take this down.
Yeah.
Perhaps-
Give everyone
but-
refunds.
I
Yeah.
just
Perhaps
don't
turning out a game in 3 months wasn't a good idea.
This one's he's
anymore.
working on longer. I think.
Yeah, he's been working on that long.
Okay,
lot
fair
longer.
like 6 months as opposed to like
Yeah,
exactly.
seriously.
I don't understand this guy. I mean, he seems like a real dude.
He's giving away the game for free.
yeah. Now he's just like, and then now he's just like, it's not gonna be on Steam anymore.
He's
Also,
like,
it'll be free
I
when it
told
comes out.
everybody. I told Valve to just give everybody their money back.
No matter how long you've
No
been
matter-
playing
yeah,
it for.
So and then when it finally goes back up, you can have it for free.
He's made enough money off the Five Nights at
Sure.
Freddy's stuff that he can just
It's
do it.
just
He's
weird,
just
like,
doing it for fun now.
Just why did he put it up with the? I just what?
He admitted himself. He's like, I was just overzealous. Like,
It's like it's done. I got it done.
he
Well,
seems
works for
kind of
me.
weird. Like, to be frank, he
Yes.
seems kind of weird.
Yes.
So like, there's definitely that, but like, I don't know.
That makes
seems
a
like
lot
a
of
good enough
sense.
good dude. That game also did look really bad. But
Yeah,
what are you
look,
gonna do?
I really wish. I was really hoping one of you guys. I
I
saw
was
it
really tempted
because
to
I
pick
saw
it
it
up.
on the front page and I was like, oh man, I don't. I
don't
like
know,
this
like-
looks bad. I don't have any. I hate Five Nights at Freddy's anyway, but this looks bad, and I really hope one of those guys has played it so we can hear.
I
was
it.
saw like
tempted
one of
about-
one of the comments,
and then it was gone before I could,
one of the comments on Polygon was like some guy being like, "Oh, I don't know. I know he made a lot of money, but like I don't know if he's overreaching with this promise and then giving away the game for free or whatever." But then it's like Five Nights at Freddy's now is like finally coming out with merch and stuff, and there's like the movie
Yeah.
deal.
There's a
He's-
book?
Someone's
Yeah.
branded it like at this
Oh
point.
yeah,
like,
there is a book.
He's probably
yeah.
got an agent. Like he's gonna be
There's
fine.
also a crazy weird fandom for that game. Just saying.
Games with
kinda-
crazy
you don't
weird
have
fandoms.
room to talk about crazy weird fandoms.
Yeah.
What are you talking
There's a
about?
news article I had to censor for this.
I
It's
ran
not
it
even, was-
by
it
you.
was- exactly, and that's why
I
it's
ran
not
it
on this
by
list.
you.
That's why
Oh,
it's
yeah?
not on this list. 'cause
Wait,
you-
what happened? Wait, what? No,
I
you
ran
can't
it
just
by
say
you.
that.
You brought
That
it
was
up.
in secrecy.
This
Is
what
this
hap-
a
this is
sex
what hap-
thing?
this- Is that why you were poking him? Is that why you were prodding him this whole time?
Wink. No,
Is
Well,
this
now
res?
you wanted to
Is
talk
this
about
more
it.
res talk?
You want to talk about it, so
no. So
now you get a chance.
now all eyes are on me. No.
All eyes
Okay,
on
fine.
me.
and move
No,
on.
it was just there was a patch for Undertale and it was kind of interesting.
Was
And
it
so-
a sex thing, Pat?
was.
It was.
Sex
It just
patch.
adds it on the main menu. It says,
just
says
was papyrus
sex, it
next
says
level.
It says sex on or off.
Man, I
It
wish.
just says
Home
want-
run papyrus.
Do you want
It was-
Sans dick? Or
the true meaning of boning.
Sans dick? He has no dick.
He's got magical.
child?
Do
Would
not
you
climb
want-
the dick. It is an
Do you want
analogy
to
for
turn
a
the
tower.
sex thing on, child?
Sans means he has nothing. That's what sans originally meant before Comic Sans appeared.
It means without, not nothing. So
Oh no.
without
Sans
dick.
dick.
So wait, what was this patch?
So now he's interested. No, so
It was a sex thing. We already established this.
Toby Fox kept on saying like, "There's no new content. It's just bug fixes.
Oh,
like,
I did hear about
don't,
this.
yeah, don't worry about it."
Just bugs can fix.
So, but there actually was some changes, definitely trolling like the hardcore fans, like little changes in dialogue. There was an
I don't know
addition.
any of those.
He changed some of the files that people have been digging into, like on those crazy hardcore fans that have been like trying to dig up every little thing about the game.
Like the Frog Faction 2 truthers.
Kind of like that have been like opening up the game files and like messing with stuff that's not even possible to change when you're playing the game itself. He like changed some of those files so that you can't do that in the same way anymore. And we think just to mess with those people into thinking, what's he hiding? Like that kind.
No, it was there was a like some of the there was a character and all this weird stuff that you could uncover through data mining, and now that stuff's just in the game, so you don't have to mess with the files anymore. And
But those files are like not even there. Like some of those
Yeah.
things are not even there.
So, yeah, fans just lost their minds. But it was interesting because it was like all this stuff that he was like, no, it's just a patch. And it was like, he was actually just like still adding little bits of content, little like breadcrumbs for the fans to freak out. So it was interesting. It's fun. I think he's going to still continue to mess with it and freak fans out.
Just like Five Nights at Freddy's, man.
I was
Putting
gonna
in
say,
those weird things.
If I had a game that got that popular,
I would do stuff
I
like
would
this.
definitely do something
I
like that.
almost wonder if this was all just the whole Five Nights at Freddy's World thing.
This was his big
was
plan.
Just another way to
Was like a troll, and then with the game that he gives out for free is totally gonna be like another scary game.
That
You
sounds
You
like
always
something
have
you
these
do.
like crazy thoughts
yeah,
about stuff.
This
You're
guy
like-
this guy is
you're
not
like-
that smart.
you're like,
I'm
Five
just
Nights at
saying.
Dude,
Freddy's
he thinks
World.
weird stuff.
What? That's not that smart.
Well, you also said stuff about like Kojima, and you're like, I feel like this
This
game.
whole thing
is
is
gonna
gonna
come
be
back.
a big
the
Kojima
truth
end.
is out there.
You're
like
a
game-
frog fractions
you
too
need
short.
to, you need to open up game
Yeah,
conspiracy.
he's the
YouTube
Molnar
page.
of
Yeah,
the
it's not
screen.
just a
But
it's not just
just a conspiracy. a game conspiracy. See you next time. Hey there, this is Rick Dick, and if you like this video, then
No.
check out my other videos.
There's no sex things. No sex things. Off. Turn that off on my
Are we
YouTube.
talking about Sans' dick again?
No.
Okay. Just wondering.
Speaking of dicks,
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat X is dropping PC support for future updates.
Yup.
Yep,
That's
that's garbage.
Warner Brothers really hates PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do.
I think it's more just like, fine, you guys complain about it so much, you'll get anything.
So you don't get the new. What is it? Is it Freddy or is it
No,
Jason?
There's
No,
a
it's
there's a
Leatherface.
new DLC pack.
Leatherface.
There's
That's
new
what you don't
there's a
get.
new DLC pack with a couple things in it, I think.
Yeah, a
There's
couple
a-
new characters.
There's
And
a
then there's an XL edition, which is like everything in one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The-
and that's not
They're
coming.
re-releasing the game like as a Game of the Year edition that includes the first combat pack, which is 4 characters and some skins, and Combat Pack 2, which is 4 new characters and even more skins. You can get that all in one box, the Mortal Kombat XL, or you can get a piecemeal if you already have the game. But none of that's gonna Combat Pack 2 and none of the other stuff is not coming to PC.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Seems odd.
It's really weird, especially because
They
at
seem to
this
fix
point-
that PC version.
Right.
At
Pretty
this-
quick.
Well, and
Really
the
quick.
thing
Yeah.
is at this point too, people on the PC have probably like already purchased like content
DLC and stuff, yeah.
And now it's just like, oh, guess what? This
Bye.
game is not supported anymore. So
They don't even do the
guess, yeah.
netcode, right? The netcode's not even coming over.
oh
I don't
yeah,
think so, the
not
G-
even the
GPO.
GPO. Nope.
It's garbage.
I wonder if they saw something where it's like they weren't getting enough DLC
That's the thing.
sales.
Well, I feel like it's
They
probably
there's probably some
they
number
probably
chart where it's
just were
just
like
there's
our
not
audience
enough.
is not on PC.
But that sucks
Our
for those
audience-
people that
Yeah.
do want it, and they're like, "Wait, no, we've slugged through all your crap. Like, give us more DLC, fools."
Yeah, they're having a lot of problems with releases that publisher
Yeah, really.
because between Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Arkham
Arkham
Knight.
Knight. I always have to question like which Arkham game it is.
Arkham City?
Arkham Knight, and
Arkham-
now and when MKX originally launched,
It was a mess.
it's just like I don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and unacceptable in this
Unacceptable.
in this day.
It's super weird too. It's like it's just DLC. Like the game's already made. You don't have to like.
Mhm.
I mean, the GGPO thing is one thing. That's a
I
bit
think
more
that's
of a rewrite, but it's just
probably
like,
what forced them to do it because they're just like we're not gonna.
we
but-
suck at doing this, so we're not gonna bother.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
We just
put
gotta
this in.
stop.
Because when they
Guys,
released the
you've
new
seen it.
XL version and that one's broken as well, and there's another crazy
Yeah.
like clown show over getting that thing fixed, I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
like they're just like we're just gonna avoid this PR disaster before it happens.
Mm.
Speaking
Smart.
of Mortal Kombat X, CW wants to be the ESPN of esports. It's not actually what they said, but the CW is going to be airing a Machinima produced Mortal Kombat X
Wait,
series.
the CW is
Oh.
in the one that has all those crappy
They-
young adult shows?
The CW.
Okay.
You mean that is home
Arrow.
to the excellent Arrow and the excellent Flash?
Oh, sorry.
The Excellent Flash is the
then-
name of the name of
and
the
then
show.
also
the Excellent Flash.
and then also Supernatural or whatever.
Oh, and the Heroes Together thing. Oh, that's on ABC. Is that
Heroes
right?
together. Heroes together.
Heroes is not CW.
The Excellent
no,
Flash
no,
and
he-
Heroes together.
The combine all the people. Legends of
Supergirl.
Tomorrow.
Is that on
Legends of
CW?
Tomorrow. Yeah, that's CW as
I hear it still sucks.
Anyway,
Does
guys.
it?
There you go,
That's pretty
Seek right
bad.
there.
It
It's a
looked
bummer.
it looked whatever.
Anyway, guys. It's going Machinima, the YouTube channel. The
Familiar.
one that's
Ooh.
known for like leeching off their like viewers
Yeah.
like money and
It used to not be that way, but yeah.
yeah.
Back in the
and
day.
Now they make a bunch of money. They are making a TV show. They're producing it. It's airing on the CW. It's gonna be not a machinima like the way you would expect the word machinima. It's actually
but
it's like a documentary style, like following these competitors around who play Mortal Kombat X.
Okay,
and
that's
they're
what
gonna
it
find
is.
out
Because I
what
was
they
like,
do.
is it gonna be like those like shorts that they made with
No.
Yeah.
first Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter?
That's weird.
No, it's just gonna be about. It's just gonna be about like we're gonna.
All they're
follow
gonna be,
around-
all they're gonna be like really attractive
It's gonna be
people.
6 episodes. They're gonna produce once a week, and it's gonna be
It's
about.
a CW.
Yeah, so it has to be right.
Exactly.
It doesn't say how many Mortal. I was gonna say like is it like
Makeup's
a
getting
couple?
in my game.
Following Mortal Kombat players on their journey to esports victory. It doesn't say how many players.
Interesting.
Or like
That's weird.
Like, you know.
Yeah,
Do you think
It's called Chasing the Cup.
there'll be an
Sounds
Evo?
Like it's a bad name.
that's a super bad name.
What's
Um,
You think there'll be an
Ooh.
Evo?
If
They
they've already
could be.
recorded it, then it would have been like
yeah.
at last year's Evo.
So you guys should have seen
No,
them.
Mortal
You were
Kombat X
there.
wasn't even out, was it?
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah, it
came out in
was.
June.
Oh, you're right.
So
You
Oh.
weren't walking around singing Aladdin songs. You would have
That's true.
noticed.
How's that night?
Look at this. This is behind the veil.
How's that night? I was having a great time singing Aladdin. Decided to record
true.
myself singing.
So
That shall never be
that's
seen.
that. Speaking more fighting game news. A lot of fighting game news
A
today.
lot of fighting.
Fighting.
Oh,
These are fighting words. Street Fighter V, the story mode is not coming when the game launches.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's gonna be
no.
coming out in June, and the game launches in
April.
March.
that it looks
April.
that
April.
it feels very much the same way that KI was in that KI kind
Oh,
of
right.
it released with its competitive modes first.
Yeah,
and
they
then,
seem to be doing that sort of thing now.
Yeah.
Like they're just copying, because the way you unlock characters and stuff, and new characters
Oh,
will
does
come
KI
along.
have a story mode now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Oh.
a sort of one.
But yeah, it launched with just the characters.
I mean, when you think about fighting games, that's what most people want to do is they want to go play online.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
true.
true.
and, like
More
story modes are
competitive
good and
modes.
all, but like
Just like Call of Duty. First thing you want to do is go online.
I would think that you'd want to play story mode to kind of like get used to whatever.
no,
like, the
because
control
playing
scheme
the
is.
AI is gonna be garbage for you. You're
That's
just gonna get in
true.
bad habits and stuff like
Yeah.
the
True.
CPU.
Good point.
yeah, real professional man over here, fighting game
You're gonna
man.
get in bad habits.
Professional
Fighting-
fighting man,
fighting man,
Ricardo.
he's
Just
good.
kidding.
Ricardo.
You got a half a stick.
Just go
Half a
in.
fight stick.
Yeah, I know.
Really
You gotta,
serious.
don't use a controller like sort of new.
Just go in. Hey man, I got a fight stick.
Oh yeah, how's that fight stick? Did you get it yet? Is it?
No, it's launching in February. It's
Oh,
coming at the same
it's
time.
pre-order.
As the game. Yeah,
It's
it's a pre-order.
A pre-order.
A pre-order.
Order.
A
That's
pre-order.
what
they
they
call-
call.
Yeah, that
my
sounds
favorite kind of beer.
whatever. Like, it'll be interesting to see how deep into the thing that they go because I guess it's launching with the single player kind of like arcade mode.
Yeah, that'll
Oh,
be
okay.
Slides like.
just like fight this guy, then fight
Yeah.
this
Well,
guy,
that's
then
fine.
fight
I
this
mean,
guy.
that's whatever.
But
That's a good way
Story
to
mode
practice.
is
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
coming.
But I
in
guess
June.
there's an
Okay.
actual United story mode, which was interesting because when you pop up the beta for the first time, you go into a tutorial mode, which is like where you play as Ryu Young fighting Ken Young, like in costumes that are not their default
And
like
the fanboys go
whatever.
wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty neat stuff.
But sexy Rio.
No, he doesn't have a beard yet. He doesn't have a beard yet.
He's not Riker.
What's
from
the point?
Next Generation yet. It's the first season.
They really are pushing though, like for all competitive games, like the esports angle these days, because the Street Fighter V commercial dropped, and it's all like Evo, like competitive fighting game players, like
It's 'cause it's
playing
fun,
each other,
man.
and it's like
I feel like that's where that game's niche is, though.
That's
is
the-
that
that's the
scene.
fighting game
Honestly, I mean, that's the
community.
thing is, honestly, like, out of all of the esports pushes and stuff, like, I feel like fighting games is the easiest to follow because it's literally like, here's a health bar, man punches a lot,
Yeah,
man
but
dies.
but I'm not sure. But it's the easiest to
ends.
follow, maybe, but maybe not the most appealing for multiple people to watch. Because I mean, it's definitely not because Evo's not big, and the freaking
It's
Dota
just-
and League of
yeah.
Legends are huge.
That's also because people play a lot more Dota and League of Legends, so they understand it, and they really want to be like, well, how can I improve my game and sort of thing, you know, at the same time.
Because think about like the fighting game stuff. Like I think that it's not as bad as shooters, but like I don't find it as fun to watch. Like I bet in like an Evo environment where everyone's like shouting and cheering, it's like super fun. But I mean, I don't go on stream. I don't go on Twitch and like watch people play Killer Instinct. You do. That's fine. You're into that. And I don't watch Dota either. But you know, lots of people do. But like,
Hearthstone is easiest to follow, my bad.
yeah. There you go.
Good point.
There's a difference between easy to follow and mainstream appeal. They're related, but they're not the same.
It's true. I don't know. I feel like it's easier to just jump in. Like, if someone's
Yeah.
scrolling through the TV,
feel
It's like, oh, fighting game.
I, feel like
I understand
I
this.
honestly feel like Rocket League would be the easiest one
Yeah,
to,
probably.
to understand
That'd be
on a
on
TV.
par
It's already a
with-
sport. It's just like
Yeah.
just turning sport into video game
It's a video game sport.
and making it a little bit crazier that you can only do in a video game.
It's true.
Speaking of things getting delayed, Mighty Number 9
Yeah,
got
this
delayed.
segue.
Right.
Mighty Number 9, guys. Let's
That's
talk.
shocking.
Let's talk about it. Is Mighty Number 9 coming out?
Yeah, it'll come
Ever.
out. It'll come out.
Will it be good? That's
But,
a different
like,
question.
How
This
far
guy-
is it delayed again?
This guy is already.
What is the name of the creator of,
I
of Mega Man
I
again?
always forget his name.
I have a wait a second.
I've got a link right here.
I have a Dead Rising poster with his signature on it.
It just randomly popped in your head.
I forgot I did that. 'cause I
Unless
was like,
you can
cool.
visualize the name.
Inafune.
There you
Inafune.
go.
Inafune. This guy's already like tried to do like 2 more Kickstarters since, right?
Yeah.
And like only one of them worked, and then the other one was like,
Sketchily,
we can do a half of the prologue if we get this much money, like
That
for
was
this
dumb.
Kickstarter.
I'm starting to think because like there was that weird period in the early 2000s where like Capcom was doing a lot of work with like weird developers. Like Grin was one of them with the Bionic Commando reboot, and then Dark Void was with the Crimson Skies guys. Like that came out, and none of that went well. And then like Capcom lost a bunch of money, and then like people were like, make Mega Man. They're like, Mega Man doesn't sell. We're gonna cancel these 2 Mega Man games that we were working on, and then everybody was like, "Oh, Inafune, just let him make a game. Let him make a Mega Man game. Let him make a." It's like, I don't know now. Looking at this, if Capcom was the bad guy in all of that, it was Capcom.
I mean,
was
they
the
might,
bad
it might not have just been that they don't make enough money. It might have also been they take too much money because this guy takes forever to make
that's
anything.
Probably
Like,
what it
Like
was
a
more
Kojima
about.
level
Kojima's,
problem.
that's part of why Konami got rid of him and Metal Gear is like, not saying that like his games aren't really good and they made Konami a lot of money, and Konami is also total jerks for the way they did everything this year.
Yeah.
But last year I should say, but like also his games take a freaking forever to make,
And they blow by their budget.
And he's like, I have to motion capture this dog
Hey,
for
that was
20 days.
that was a pretty good mocap
Like,
dog. Just
like-
saying.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure, but like I'm just saying like we have to go to Afghanistan in order to
Yeah.
get the good idea. I don't know if these are, I'm making all this up, but you know,
But he does stuff like that.
He
He,
does
like-
stuff like that, like
He like studies every
the
little
physics
bullet
on this
and-
bottle at the bar must be so when you
Yeah.
shoot them that they will explode properly.
These boobs must bounce the most unnatural way possible.
More bounce. These are not bouncy enough.
That's
No,
where
in Japan, that's just a button all the game developers have because they're
It's a
they're
shared
all,
asset.
They just that's just like that's like
The
open
government
source.
released it, and
That's
they're
like
like, "Here you
open,
go."
that's like open source for Japan.
DOA. Is
Censorship.
this is 50% of our engine.
Oh, did you guys hear about, speaking of censorship, did you guys hear about Fire Emblem?
Oh,
What they changed for that?
Oh, yes.
No, don't say censorship. All right.
No, I know, but I
said
know. It's not
censorship.
censorship at all.
Whoa, what
Yeah.
was it about?
But it was just
Yeah,
like
yeah, I did hear about this. Yeah,
the so apparently
there's a really weird.
yeah, it's a
storyline.
really weird storyline. So at one point, your character, this other girl,
This isn't the new one.
This is the
Yeah.
new one. So this isn't
I've
the
forget-
Japanese.
Fates, which is split into 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is in I think both of them. I think.
What are the 2 game names called? I don't even remember anymore.
I don't remember.
It's like
Red and blue.
It essentially is right.
Anyway, the storyline is there is a person on your team and she is infatuated with women and she keeps losing in battles because she keeps seeing pretty ladies and can't concentrate.
Understandable.
So
okay.
what you do is you get basically a drug, put it in her drink, she drinks it, and then she, instead of seeing all women, she sees men.
No, isn't it the other way around? Don't all the men?
I think everything
all the
swapped.
men look like women. Or something like-
I think it swaps. Yeah, I think it swaps. So it swaps everyone's gender. So now she won't be distracted anymore.
Or she'll get used to it because she's hanging around with all the men in battle all day long. So like she'll get used to it.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
It doesn't ask permission to do this. Like, this is
Yeah.
kind of like this weird thing.
Of like a weird,
Like-
yeah, it's gross.
and then
I didn't hear about
Weird.
yeah.
And then it's only been out in Japan, but apparently it wasn't received. This particular thing had some criticism about it.
Yeah, I bet.
And then also there's a weird thing where you can like then she can like fall in love with you even if your character's male.
Yeah.
Because even though she's like supposed to be
because now she's just
Because
confused.
now she thinks that you're
A hot lady.
Yeah.
Or like it's like partially that, but then even after she knows that's what's happening or whatever,
Because that's how that works.
she's like, oh, now I'm attracted to you now because
I get it.
we
That's-
got to know each other better or something like that.
That's
It's like
weird.
Yeah, so Nintendo was like, we're
like-
gonna change this.
we're gonna not.
Wonder why.
And then everyone's like censorship.
Yeah, well,
No.
I don't feel like there was as much of an uproar about that, but it was still
It's
just
just,
like
it's just a really weird.
it's just a weird
That
thing.
is really weird,
Change.
especially
Who
because
thought of that? Who was like,
es-
this is what it would happen?
Especially because in the new Fire Emblem, I think they've really expanded on like romance options.
Yeah.
Being, like you can do a lot more same sex
Mm,
like
you can.
romance options.
Right, yeah.
That was a game I really wanted to play more of. I only played a few hours of Fire Emblem Awakening.
Mm.
It's a really good game.
Yeah.
But, like I just never got around to playing more of it.
Yeah, I think it wasn't so much like a thing of like, oh, lesbians are bad, because I think you don't have to like romance her. You just like can, and like the game doesn't stop you if you're already a man. So it's just like, yeah, you just turned her straight now. So yeah, like so,
Yeah.
like it just kind of brushes over that.
It's like a whole weird thing of like you
Also
drug
not
her
consensual.
and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this sounds like some weird like storyline that like
That someone
was
that
like
got
the,
through.
was like the 10th one back. It's like, hey Hideki, what are you working on up back there? And he's like, I've got this crazy storyline with the girl, and then she sees other girls, but then you drug her, and then it's okay, whatever. We gotta get back to the main storyline.
pretty much.
Just make sure it's polished.
Yeah,
up.
like no one
Just
reviewed
polish
it.
it up.
Whoops.
And one other story too that I forgot that I just remembered.
What
What is it? So this is weird. So Valve approved a Half-Life sequel to sell on Steam.
Okay.
So the thing,
What?
yeah. So this is a sequel that a fan-made sequel,
Oh, okay.
but it uses a lot of assets from Half-Life 2, and I believe it's a sequel to Opposing Force,
Oh,
which is a
okay.
very niche type thing.
Yeah.
Before you move on, did that Black Mesa like remake that the fan remake
Mhm.
did
That
that
got,
ever
like,
come
Oh,
that got,
out?
yeah.
that got,
It's in
like,
early
dropped,
access.
or
It's in early
or
access.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought
So-
they said they were not gonna do anything more with that or something like that.
Maybe not, but
maybe I heard completely wrong. It might be me.
but yeah, here's the thing that's weird about it is they're using all the assets and they're letting them charge $10 for it.
Huh.
So isn't that like I feel like they've done that with a couple other games. There's another
Like
game
Black
that's
Mesa.
like there's that, and I think there's a Portal game that kind of does the same thing. I think it's called
Huh.
like Mel or something. That's gonna be doing the same thing. But it's interesting that Valve's just like use our stuff. We ain't making games no more. Like I feel like this is like
We're making hats.
this is like the expanded universe
Hold on.
for the Star Wars.
Do you think?
Yes,
Hold
for
on.
the Star Wars.
Mhm.
That got
Okay.
canned too.
Are
When
you
Half-Life
ready?
3 finally comes out, they're gonna say
They're gonna
"Bye,
can
all
all
of
this
them.
stuff."
That's. Are you ready for the next conspiracy theory?
Yes.
From me. I think
This is
They-
just a conspiracy.
no, they don't want to make Half-Life 3. They want the gamers to make Half-Life.
I think that's
3
not very far fetched.
for them,
I bet it'll happen.
Yeah.
and then that's gonna be.
That's what the new Source
The
Engine's
game.
for, so other people can make it.
Oh my god.
Valve's so weird. Like,
I just feel like that's
awesome
such a
but weird.
strange, like, I don't know.
like
It's weird that it got its blessing. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, well, you're making a weird story thing. That's cool. But now they're like, oh, yeah, come put it on our page. That's cool.
yeah.
I
Because like stuff like Black Mesa before it kind of became more of a full game that has existed for a long time, but now they're like, yeah, sure, sell it. Why not?
One guy made it. I feel like one guy made this game, but I wonder if he made it thinking it was like, oh, maybe this is like my job application for Valve. Like, if I do really good making their game, they'll hire me. And then he's like,
Oh.
well, check this game out. And they're like, oh, you want to sell that? All right, I guess I'll
Sure,
sell
but
it.
also here's my cover letter.
It's like, oh, that's cool.
Check out
Cover
my
letter
resume.
approved. We approve this game. It's gonna come out February 11th. Have fun, making
Hmm.
money. $10. It's like what?
Wow.
What?
That is a weird story.
It's so I don't know. It's weird.
And Source 3 is gonna come out.
Yeah, Source 3.
Source 3 is gonna come out,
Uh-huh.
and then it's gonna be like, here's all these
Here,
Half-Life.
Here are the pieces
Here's
of
all
Half-Life
these
3.
Half-Life
please.
assets done in this new engine. And then people are going to be like, oh my god, it's coming out. And then like 3 or 4 more years are going to pass and
No.
it's not going to come out. And then it's going to be like, oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to make
No,
it.
slowly there's like an ARG for like plans for level. Like
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
go further. I want
It's
I want
like-
this conspiracy to be like here's all these assets. Also, here's some ideas for levels.
It's like
if you
new-
wanted to like
it's like
make
new
these.
new physics mechanics in Source 3. This is perhaps how it could be used in a fashion that could make an innovative
then,
new
like-
gameplay feature.
And then like, does anyone have any story ideas? What would you do? Make your own Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3 maker. It's got Gordon Freeman standing on the cover with his hand on his hip, and he's got the crowbar. over
And
his
John
head.
Freeman runnered to get to Gordon, his brother, and then it turned out that there were ghosts, and John Freeman said, "No, ghost, you go home."
I hope it's as well written.
Check out my autoplay level.
Oh, check out my cart level. It auto scrolls with a cart.
You put the crowbar on the head crab and it explodes.
You gotta shake the head crab,
Oh.
turn it into a head crab zombie.
Yeah,
I'm
zombie
gonna
head
drag
crab.
this.
You can put the zombie head crab on any NPC and that turns into a zombie.
I'm gonna drag this crazy health thing over to Gordon, and then he turns into the sniper.
That'd be a jar of piss.
Bringing it all
all
back
back.
around. And I think that's our last news story, right?
Yep, that's it.
All right, cool. No more news.
Oh, good job, everyone. We newsed it all.
We news. Oh wait, no. Her Story 2.
Oh,
That's the he mentioned that there's making a Her Story 2. It's gonna be a spiritual successor.
Oh, okay,
makes
there you go.
sense.
I was going to
No.
say, I'm like, it
Is
can't
it
be the
gonna
same
be a
story.
direct
Is it gonna be
sequel.
called Her Story too?
It's currently all that it says in the article.
Her
is that
Story
story's-
also.
Her story again.
her story as well.
Her other story.
There you go. That actually isn't terrible.
Her
It's
untold
like
story.
the same girl, but like a completely different story. It's like, well, before all of that happened, also,
I went to the store the other day.
Yeah.
Her Story Gaiden.
it's a sequel.
Her story
It
electric.
doesn't. I don't think it's
Boogaloo.
actually called Her Story 2. It's just like
That's
just
what
it's
they're
just
calling
like-
it.
This
I
is
feel
what
like-
this game is.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I guess the developer on a tweet said Her Story 2 has a one page plot synopsis, and he like posted a screenshot of it, but everything's blurred out, so you can't see what it is.
Oh.
But it says Her Story 2 at the top.
I feel like it's perfect to make another one because
I-
honestly, you could just swap out, like leave almost the same
Anything.
thing and just swap it
I
out.
completely disagree. Well, I mean, I do agree that yeah, you can do that, but I just more like
You feel like the novelty's worn off?
yeah. I mean, I don't want to do that again. Like I don't.
I would go for a couple more of those before I get tired.
I
One or two.
The new Five Nights
Yep,
at Freddy's
yep,
is Her
yep.
Story.
no, it's more just like that was so cool.
Five
because
Nights
it
of
was
Her
just-
story.
It was so cool because it was so different, but
Mm.
I'm not thinking I'm really.
I feel like there's room for that to grow a little bit. There's a couple
if
more.
it does something different, yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
do. If it's just the exact same thing, but
No,
a
I know.
different
I'm just
story,
saying
I
like
don't
that
wanna do.
the skeleton's there
Mm.
and ready to go. You know, it's not gonna take a whole lot to change that up, if anything. You know.
Maybe we'll see. We'll
We'll
find out
see.
what it actually turns into.
Mm.
Well, that's all the news. Now we're done. Official.
Now.
Right now?
That's a game conspiracy.
Again.
Make your own Half-Life 2 coming soon. Half-Life 3 coming soon.
You can make your own Half-Life 2 already.
Yeah.
Someone already made because that makes sense because someone already made a Half-Life 1 again. So now, once Half-Life 3 gets made by the fans, the Half-Life 2 will be made by the other people with the updated Source 3 engine.
Mind blown.
Actually, it's a Source 2
Actually-
engine because there was no Source 1 engine.
Actually,
It's true.
Listen, there's Source 3.
Half-Life 3 is already out, and it's called Dota 2.
Oh.
Oh no!
This is what became of the Earth after
When you
the
zoom
Combine
in.
ravaged it.
I really wanted some lore to change, some like just like and not even no press release, just someone copy paste something into a different
Dog became brewmaster.
You zoom in, it's really Gordon Freeman.
Yeah. If you take off Anti-Mage's mask, or no, Anti-Mage doesn't have a mask. Oh, I'm thinking of I don't know some other character's mask. They're Gordon Freeman. The shopkeeper is Gordon Freeman.
Snipers, what happened to Eli?
Anyway.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go on.
as I was saying, that's the end of the podcast. Unless you guys have anything else. Cool.
Nope.
All right, then. Well, be sure to check out our website, pixelwedgets.com. All our Game of the Year stuff is finally up. All of our articles, guest articles via all of us here at the table,
Side articles, vertical articles.
podcast. The video will be up very soon. Promise.
Put a time on it. Put some pressure on this man over here.
Well, now we said it. It has
It'll
to
be up
soon.
within 24 hours of you listening.
Oh no, I could probably do it then.
Oh, it's official.
I'm gonna do it.
Challenge
myself.
And also, check out the podcast, the 3-part podcast that we did about all the Game of the Year stuff. That's all on there. So yeah, check it all out, and check out us on iTunes. Please give us a subscribe and a rating. A Twitter account.
It really helps the algorithm.
It really helps us get ourselves out there, and more people can listen. Like and share on Facebook. We also are going to be putting these podcasts up on YouTube, so if you're listening to that on there, hi YouTube. Go ahead and like and subscribe and do all the things that you would do on YouTube as well. Then we're gonna have an annotation. It's like here, click here to subscribe.
Yep.
Just go.
True.
This all has to happen.
I feel like I should just have a recording of us like in the most monotone. Please like and subscribe. Please like us on Facebook. Please subscribe on iTunes. Please.
It'd be a nice change from like everyone yelling at you at the end of every video.
Is that what I normally do?
No. I mean, just like on YouTubers. Like, hey, if you like this, come see more of my stuff. Like, subscribe.
We got have a shot, an ending shot of us just pointing at the camera, going, "Hey, man."
Remember, make sure that the thumbnail is like whatever game we're doing, and like we're standing, like either looking with a hand on our chin, like looking, or like, oh God, I'm in pain right now.
Yeah, well, like if it's a hard game, it's like pierce my eyes out.
Don't do that.
And then if it's a scary game, it's just a picture of Ethan going like that, and that's it. But he can't do it right now because he can't talk.
You know how to YouTube now.
Now, that's just a YouTube theory. With that,
thanks.
That's it for the Pixel Legends Pickle Podcast.
Pickle podcast.
Pickle podcast.
That's how you do a pickle. So you take the cucumber.
Pixel Sexcast is over now.
Child,
please turn your sex.
Fetch me the
please
pickle.
turn sex to off. And climb the tower. Do it. Don't care what that old man says. You just do what you want. We're back next week for more of this Pixel Podcast. Video games.
Pickle massage.